Cancellation of taxes. It's August 14th, 2024. The time is 11 a.m. In attendance are Commissioners Matari, Brooks, and Duncan. Are there changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. Introductions. We have Dyson Savage here, which are Chief Deputy Assessor, and we also have our Assessor Bela Kovacs here. We don't have anybody to swear in yet, so when the first person shows up, then we can take care of that. Public comment. Hearing none. Again, I'd like to skip item 1 until the people get here. So if we can start with items 2 and 3. Dyson.
Good morning, Commissioners. 2 and 3 stem from the same issue. There was a split done in 2022. During the split, the agricultural exemption was removed, and it should have remained in place on both parcels. The reason that it's not for 22 and 23 on both of them is because one was transferred out and didn't qualify. So in 22 he sold it to somebody else, but in 23 he did maintain ownership of both of them, or of one parcel in 22 and 23.
Okay, questions?
No. I move that we approve the agricultural exemption adjustments for items 2 and 3.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, handle 4 and 5 together?
Yes, in both instances, they're just for different years. One's issue in 22 or 23, one's for 24. The homeowner's exemption was missed in the computer system. It should have been applied, and for various reasons in the system, it wasn't.
Okay, questions? Motion?
Now I move that we approve the homeowner's exemption for items 4 and 5.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Now I think we can handle items 6 through
64.
64.
Yes, all of these are eligible for the homeowner's exemption under the new House Bill 562. We have to apply the homeowner's exemption, but we received their applications after the close of the roll. There's no other mechanism by which we can give these people their homeowner's exemption besides a tax cancellation at this point.
Okay.
I move that we approve the homeowner exemptions for items 6 through 64.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, items 65 through 67.
All three of these were duplicated accounts. They were individual personal property accounts that had been deactivated and shouldn't have actually received the value that they did.
Okay. And the amount, even though it's 2023, the amounts are don't even add up to $10,000. So very low amounts. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve inactivating these duplicate accounts, items 65 through 67.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Item 68, property sold or transferred, AIN 222867, Idaho Fish and Game Commission.
Yes, this land is owned by the Idaho Fish and Game Commission. It was transferred to them in 2022. The value that we have on this is floodland, so it's $44 for both years.
Okay. It's pretty innocuous, so motion?
I move that we approve the property sold or transferred with the Idaho Fish and Game Commission, item number 68.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Item 69, property sold or transferred, AIN 334999, East Side Highway District.
This is largely the same thing. This land is owned by the East Side Highway District and therefore is an exempt entity. It's for $6,007 and it's for 2023.
Yeah, and again, $6,000 valuation should not move the needle. All right, motion.
I move that we approve that the property was sold or transferred for AIN 334-999 East Side Highway District.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. So these next ones will move the needle, 70 through 84. So it's 2023, and it's $1,368,750 total for all of those together.
Yes, this was transferred from out of an exempt entity, meaning that according to 602Y, we need to actually prorate the value for the people who actually got the taxes down to 75% of total value. And this is coming on the heels as we're cleaning up some of the other issues that we've had in the Atlas waterfront and URD zoning and transferring out of. We've largely got the naming conventions down now and are tracking transfers much better in that area.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve that the property was sold or transferred for Atlas 5 LLC, items 70 through 84.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, I'm thinking that 85 through 91, Dyson, can we do that? There are some 23s in there, but 23,000, 6,500, 47,000, 25,000. So, Julene, are those ones that you want tagged? Okay. All right. So you want to handle them individually, or can we handle them as a block?
I think we can. I can provide an overview of the reasons for the entire block easily.
Okay.
This is a variety of mobile homes. So it was demolished, moved out of state, warrant of distraints returned because they were demolished. This is just as these come back to us and we're not, the tax burden isn't being fulfilled, he's going out and inspecting these, and then there's no mobile there. So either the mobile has been moved or typically it's been demolished. We're just trying to keep pace with the permits, but typically these happen in much more rural areas, and the permitting for these either isn't done or isn't up to speed, so he doesn't know. And if it's not on his VIN inspection rotation, he's not going to know until he goes out there and inspects it after the tax bill has already gone out.
Okay. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the property removed or demolished for items 85 through 91.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Okay, items 92 and 93.
That's as this is the same thing, as warrant of distraint returned, structure was uninhabitable due to a fire.
Okay. And is there a reason why we wouldn't do something like, I guess it's for 23, so I'm assuming we captured it for 24 then.
I think it went on for 24. Looking at this, it looks like there's two on here. We probably should have consolidated this into one form, but it's 23. Yeah, and it's the same AIN. So as he's putting it together, it probably happened in 23, and he didn't find that out until after we processed.
Okay. And again, 11,500 from 2023. So, okay, motion?
I move that we approve that the for the property uninhabitable for items 92 and 93.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Item 94, solid waste fee adjustment for AIN 105-794 Northern Lakes Fire Protection District.
This is an exempt entity that received a solid waste increment when it shouldn't have.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we approve the solid waste fee adjustment for AIN 105-794 Northern Lakes Fire Protection District.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, this is going to be one we want to tag. Item 95, system malfunction, PTR, requested by Chief Deputy Treasurer, AIN 309-696, and it's doling, and it's $238,705. So we'll tag that one. And system malfunction regarding PTR for 2023. So I don't know.
This is one of the very few occupancy PTR pins that we have. So somebody moves in, but they also qualify for PTR. They're processed on the occupancy roll. As the board is aware, PTR has been problematic due to various legislative changes. There's a lot of programming changes that come with that because the math for PTR is sweeping in the system. Trying to get it through with occupancy, it wasn't working. It wasn't working from the state side. We pursued a programming fix at the state and weren't able to, and it kind of got so late in the game, and this one pin was holding up the entire process for the treasurer that we agreed that the amount of programming, amount of time that it was going to take to actually fix it was going to delay things to the point where it caused a plethora of issues for us going forward if we didn't end up canceling it and moving forward. It's not for 2023 main roll, it is for the 2023 occupancy roll as well.
Okay. I'll note that. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the system malfunction PTR requested by the Chief Deputy Treasurer for AIN 309696 doling.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, for 96 through 99, are we just doing a group, or do we need to do it individually?
I probably have something to say on each one individually.
All right, let's go 96.
Yeah. So 96, this one, this is kind of just to help explain these things to the board. The new construction wasn't actually completed as of 1/1, so this is an example of, sometimes we're going out and it looks complete or it looks occupied and we're ready to put it on the roll until we get a call or, something much later in the game, we don't know. And this is one of those instances where when they went out and actually looked at it, they were able to determine that it wasn't actually done, but it should be done for the occupancy roll this year. So we need to cancel the value that went on the primary roll for 24.
All right, and yeah, it is a 24, it's not passed. So, motion?
I move that we approve the valuation adjustment for AIN 185994 Warren.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 97, valuation adjustment, AIN 118281 Washburn.
Yes, this was a sound value, which basically means it's an override value in the system that was maintained after the end of the primary roll when it shouldn't have been. When it's actually valued, it's $9,000 lower, so we want to cancel out that value for $9,000 that it was set to.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the valuation adjustment for AIN 118281 Washburn.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Item 98, valuation adjustment, AIN 343837 White.
This was a slight misfire on the part of our office. This was supposed to be a corrected notice earlier in the BOE season. The correction didn't make it through, so it went out on the actual finalized roll at a higher value than it should have.
Okay. It's about 200,000, but it's for 24.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the valuation adjustment for AIN 343837 White.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. 99, valuation adjustment, 340924 Zeller, and this is for 2023 at 175,238.
Yeah.
So,
Upon inspection of the home, they were able to confirm that there's no interior finish on the home. So we thought it was occupied. It wasn't, and upon inspection, we confirmed that it wasn't occupied, so we have to cancel out that occupancy that we did.
okay, so it's on the occupancy roll. But, all right, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the valuation adjustment for AIN 340924 Zeller.
Bill,
I'm sorry. I got distracted. I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, thank you, Dyson. Now we'll go back to item 1. Has anyone joined us from Faith Ministries, Post Falls, DBA Victory Church? Anybody on the telephone? Okay. So that's unfortunate because they already came before us one more time. They did submit financials, but without kind of a verbal explanation of some of it. It appears like they could afford a payment plan going forward. I would be willing to cancel penalties and interest, but they're not here. So I'm not sure what you want to do.
Well, I've always felt that if you're not willing to show up, it's kind of hard for us to negotiate against ourselves, if you will, on that. Terry, did you have
Sure.
something?
Haven't they been before?
They came in before, but we could not prove. We asked for hardship documents to back it up. They supplied that, but they're not here to talk about their financial situation. We're just left to figure it out in the paperwork.
Chair Duncan, I have emailed back and forth with her several times. She said she would be at the meeting. She got a formal notice in the mail notifying her of the date and the time and also the call-in information. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, different things happen in different people's lives. So at this point, I can't see making anything to help them in their situation. So again, I guess we can either take no action and let them reapply, or we can deny it, whatever the board's pleasure.
Like I said, if you're not willing to put forth the effort and with that kind of communication to miss this meeting, I feel like it's, and there's been no contact whatsoever. I can't make it. Something came up. My car broke down.
no,
I
just,
think we should deny it.
yeah. She said she would be here
Okay.
previously. And then she's been notified of the time and the date and call-in information and
Okay. Motion?
I move that we deny the request for cancellation of hardship with Faith Ministries, Post Falls, and Victory City Church.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, with that, I will call for public comment. Hearing none. 11:18, meeting adjourned.